Love the perfect gift from Big Island Candies. Click on BigIslandCandies.com to view their Valentine collection.
And how about that, Ryan Grace Mullins, former University of Hawaii pass catcher, part of that fantastic set of weapons that were on display for quarterback Colt Brennan just a few years back, and taking in the action, rooting on his alma mater right now, University of Hawaii, trailing by 4 to Louisiana Tech here at the beginning of the second half. Bobby Miles, Shaq Stokes, Hans Brereton, Vander Joachim, and Thomas on the floor to start the second half. Same starting 5 from the opening of the game, and Joachim immediately turns it over with the triple.
Well, the double team is definitely coming from the guy who throws the pass in. They're doubling off the pass. And he moved to another spot and was wide open.
Yeah, he just got to make the pass and go to the side so that Joaquin can see him.
Same first 5 as well for Louisiana Tech. Cordarius Johnson, a game-high 14 points in the first half, got that one poked away. Hawaii in transition the other way. And now Stokes holds it on the wing. Here's Brereton. Steps inside, rises up, somehow gets it to Thomas. He leaves it for Miles, shovel pass to Joachim, and a reach-in foul called against, I believe, Keon McNeil. Yes.
Against McNeil.
That will be his second.
They will not let that young man get up off that floor for that shot. That's the strategy they're using. They're not going to let the big men beat them.
Well, and without Zane Johnson on the floor to shoot jump shots to open things up, it is a great game plan.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
No overwhelming foul trouble to speak of, with the exception of Mario Sousa for Louisiana Tech, has 3. Nobody else with more than 2. Brereton off the inbound, mid-ranger, yes.
Well, Hans Brereton can do that. He needs to do more, but he needs to look for that shot a little bit more.
Like him.
6-0 run here for Hawaii going back to the end of that first half. Here's Gibson, squares up, lets it fly. Too strong on that one. Hawaii finally comes up with the loose ball. And a chance to tie or take the lead. Miles wants the lead. Went in and out. Brereton in a tug-of-war with Johnson. They call the tie-up, and the possession arrow belongs to the Bulldogs.
Looking at Bobby Miles shoot that 3 confident shot there, and he just didn't get it to drop for him, but
went halfway down the rim, too.
You have to continue to shoot it, that's for sure.
Trevor Gaskins, a quick sub here in the second half, comes on replacing Cordarius Johnson. Appleby with 10 points. Gives it off to Gaskins, under 20 on the shot clock. McNeil pounds it down the lane, gets it rejected by Thomas. 12 on the shot clock. Gaskins trying to drive against Brereton. Good D. Finds Appleby, though. 3 ball is good.
Can't leave him. You cannot leave him.
You know, I like that freshman from Kansas State, but I like Appleby better than I liked him. Appleby's a nice little freshman.
Talking about Angel Rodriguez.
Yeah, Angel Rodriguez, yeah. Oh, Bobby.
Miles wide open.
You say, oh, Bobby, shoot it, huh? That's what you say. Shoot it. Oh, Bobby, shoot it.
Oh, Bobby, shoot that bomb.
The sea parted for him down the lane on that occasion.
Oh, he was looking for that pass, so.
He's definitely a pass first point.
Steal by Thomas. Foot race to the rack. Thomas! Wow! You talk about taking off from the runway. That was some elevation by Justin Thomas. Appleby had one of those dunks in the first half. Gets the leaner to fall on that trip.
A little teardrop.
He's got 15 to lead all scorers. Justin Thomas leads Hawaii with 8. Brereton is fouled on the drive.
Well, Appleby got 15, but what he's got is an array of shots. He can go in, out, take the three, go to basket, terrific dribbler, and he plays defense.
Okay, watch Justin Thomas. Now he dribbles, one, picks it up. There's a little double dribble there.
Double dribble right there. That's what you were talking about.
That's what I was talking about, yeah.
He may have gotten away with a walk, too. It was the double dribble, then the walk,
but it was highlight.
In the end, it was a rim rocker.
Yeah, highlight.
Kenneth Smith onto the floor. That was the third foul picked up by Trevor Gaskins. Going to the bench for Louisiana Tech is Keon McNeil. Justin Thomas might be the option that could lead Hawaii down the home stretch here.
I like Hawaii going into Justin Thomas because if he gets the ball and can get strong and explode to the basket, nobody from Louisiana Tech is going to stop him one-on-one. If they double team him, he's a little better with the ball than Vander is as far as seeing the double team and recognizing things.
Well, it looked like right there they didn't double team him. He was playing the high post, I guess, so.
Thomas missing the free throw there. 6'7" junior from Washington, D.C. Fourth in the WAC in field goal percentage at 56% this season. Misses both free throws, though. Overall, he's a 65%er from there. Here's Appleby. Thought about the three. On the baseline, goes cross-court, dangerous pass, and he pays the price. Miles to Thomas, power dribble, yes. Finishes with the finger roll.
Nice job by Justin Thomas, controlling his body, splitting the defense. Bobby Miles didn't want to take the ball all the way, gave it up to Justin. Justin finished the play.
And Justin Thomas decides to get behind the wheel for a little bit here in the early goings of the second half. He's now driving the truck for Hawaii and has them within one. We'll be back. Back at the Stan Sheriff Center, a single point separates Louisiana Tech and Hawaii Bulldogs with the advantage. Your Jack Fact milestone victories this season. Hawaii winning the WAC opener for the first time since 2006. That win over San Jose State right here. Won the WAC road opener for the first time since 04. Defeated a ranked opponent when they defeated Xavier in the Hawaiian Airlines Diamond Head Classic. First time they did that since 05. And then scored 100 points for the first time since 2002 when Hawaii went big against South Carolina State on this floor, 100-73.
I said this in the beginning of the year. I think he's a good coach. He knows what he's doing, and he's an excellent practice coach, and you can see it on the floor. Does a good job. I really like him.
Of course, all those things occurring with Maya Ostrowski and Zane Johnson on the floor. They don't happen tonight. Vander Joaquin turns that one back, and it'll stay here with the Bulldogs.
Well, Vander looking like the eraser out there. Seriously racing.
No Zane Johnson, no Maya Ostrowski. Hawaii hanging in there against La Tech. Vander Joachim protecting this house.
Ooh.
There's your score. Louisiana Tech up 1 on Hawaii. Let's check out how it works, presented by Central Pacific Bank. Artie, we're talking about the La Tech press.
Well, the La Tech press, you see a double team right here. When the ball comes inbound, the ball goes back to the inbounder. And then Hawaii's taking a little time to recognize things. Once they get the ball, realizing the shot clock is running down, or the game clock is running down, Shaquille Stokes turns it over. La Tech and Appleby with a flush. And I know, Coach, you said they practiced against those various presses all week in practice getting ready for this, and they've handled it pretty well with the exception of about 2 or 3 minutes.
Yeah, I think 1 or 2 possessions, that's it.
It's a dogfight there right now, though. They've got to start to tighten up defensively and get some stops here.
Yeah, it's literally a dogfight. Bulldogs up 1. Gibson couldn't add to it, but the follow-up, no good. Follow-up a second time is good. Lewis missed it. Appleby
who is it? Who is it that got the follow-up?
It was Appleby.
I tell you, he's a good-looking player.
Brereton double-teamed in the corner. Somehow works it to Thomas.
Well, Bobby Miles has got to go and flash and wave his arms so his teammates can see him.
And that bounce pass off the mark, stolen away by La Tech. Here comes Kenneth Smith. Working against Miles, the fall away, no good. It goes out of bounds and it stays with the team in blue. Kind of a ragged up and down that time for both teams. But this is Appleby putting in just a little extra work.
Well, you see nobody puts a body on him.
17 points now for Raheem Appleby. From the left corner, Gaskins missed it badly. Outlet pass to Stokes. Bounce pass to Brereton, who finger rolls it in.
I like the bounce pass by Shaquille Stokes.
Brereton now with 8. Smith got it knocked away. Now bounces it into the post. Here's Gibson. The up and under move against Joachim. And he'll be fouled on the drive, and they're going to pick up Vander Joachim for the foul.
Bad defense.
Well, Hawaii was in kind of a diamond and 2 right then. They were playing 2 guys man, and Vander, Johnston, and Bobby Miles were kind of in that diamond zone. And
second foul for Vander. And at the line is Brandon Gibson. Gibson, who's had his issues with injuries. He missed all of the 2009-2010 season with a broken foot. And then last year, 5 minutes into Louisiana Tech's WAC opener with Boise State, he tore an ACL in his left knee.
Ouch.
that's not even That's pitiful.
Yeah,
that hurts. Wow.
That's just karma being downright mean right there.
Kidding. Broken foot and then ACL.
Misses both free throws, though. Just a 58% free throw shooter. And we mentioned Louisiana Tech as a team shooting 61.1% from the charity line. Joaquin to give UH the lead. Yes.
I like that Bobby Miles gave Vander the ball in the perfect position at the perfect time.
And Hawaii in front for the first time since they led 12-11 at the 13:47 mark of the first half. Here's Lewis going baseline, ran out of room, kicked it out to Gaskins. Kenneth Smith for three, yes. And that quiets the Stan Sheriff Center crowd.
Confident shot by Smith.
And the lead, once again, belongs to Louisiana Tech. And a pass into the post gets turned away. Gibson in transition. He's going to go all the way to the hoop. Up in, no! An offensive foul is called, and it belongs to Hawaii.
Excellent job by Bobby Miles coming down the floor. Anticipated that Lewis was going to go right. Let's watch it on this. Oh, this is a three-pointer a moment ago by Smith.
That's Bobby Miles digging in there.
Yeah, he anticipated. He didn't get squared up exactly, but he got the call.
Brandon Gibson thought he had the and one. He was sort of strutting to the free throw line, and it took him a few moments to realize that he had been called for the offensive foul. So wave off the bucket. And Hawaii with a chance to tie it or take the lead again. Thomas in traffic underneath, couldn't get it to drop, but he'll go to the line. Second foul called against Kenneth Smith. What do you think about this, Coach? Hawaii looking much more in the second half to Justin Thomas to try to get some stuff done.
Well, I think without a doubt Hawaii's the second half team. I think they go into the locker room and coach says, this is what I want you to do, and they come out and do it. And obviously they want him to throw the ball inside to Justin, and he's been very successful. You know, as an alternative because Vander hadn't been scoring in the first half. Made both his free throws.
Hit them both there.
As the leading scorer, I think he's the leading scorer.
He's got 12.
He's got 12, yeah.
High man for Hawaii. Joaquin has 8, so does Brereton. Appleby on the other side for Louisiana Tech has 17. Cordarius Johnson has 14. And he's back out on the floor. Here's Appleby with it. Hawaii in its man defense. Gaskins working against Brereton. Leaves it for Johnson. Can't get it to go. Joaquin bothered him. Joaquin with the handle. Spin move. The shot. No, but he draws the foul. What kind of world are we living in right now?
Yeah, he's got to know he draws the offensive foul, unfortunately.
They reversed the call. The initial call was a foul against Louisiana Tech. Instead, Joaquin picks up his third. Look at this.
Pass the ball. Coach is telling him, pass the ball. Don't do that. It's okay to dribble to half court, but I don't like big men dribbling all the way. Rositas did it in the first half and made a nice pass, but I don't think you should do that all the time. That scares me.
And that is precisely the conversation taking place between Gib Arnold and Vander Joaquin.
Oh, absolutely. I know that already.
You could see Benji Taylor behind him giving that a little bit of a laugh. Couldn't hide the smile there. This game is tied at 48. Here's Smith dribbling out of trouble. 13 seconds on the shot clock. Yeah, you see Vander Joaquin handling the ball down the floor. You think, is this the Bizarro world? Now a foul on the path of travel. They're going to get Bobby Miles for this one, his second. Under 12 to go. And we're starting over essentially on the scoreboard. Knotted at 48. You're watching Rainbow Warrior Basketball on OC Sports. Warpath here against Hawaii. He now has 20.
That kid is all right.
Stokes trying to answer. Can't do it. Zavis Rositas fighting for the rebound. He's back on the floor for Hawaii. Near steal there by Miles. Now Appleby feeling it. That one deflected out of bounds. It will stay with the Bulldogs. By the way, New Mexico State tonight, guys, winning at San Jose State 79-63. So they'll come into this building on Saturday 4-0 in the WAC.
Yeah, that'd be a big ball game for Hawaii, but Hawaii can't worry about New Mexico State right now. They got some Bulldogs they're dealing with.
Wendell McInnes, 24 tonight for New Mexico State. Came into the week averaging 18 points and 10 boards. But you're right, work to be done here. Hawaii short-handed. Appleby called for the offensive foul.
Okay, Hans Berden does a pretty good job of stepping in there. Jefferson also was there.
Take a look at this one. Yeah, it was Brereton. Appleby, just like Brandon Gibson a few moments ago, he thought he had the and one, turned around, saw the offensive foul signal, couldn't believe it.
If you're Appleby, you're saying, I got up in the air and he moved over.
Yep.
Appleby, 8 of 10 from the floor, 2 of 3 from behind the arc.
That's a pretty efficient night, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, 20 points for him. 11 minutes to go in this one. They're in about. Here is Joaquin back out in place of Rositas. Got moved out of the post area. Jefferson, spin move, hangs, can't get it to go. In fact, it's a turnover. He's called for the travel.
If you're Rainbow Warriors, you can't worry about that, though. You got to get back and play defense, get a stop. Don't let the officials start to affect the way you're playing the game.
15 turnovers for Hawaii, right at their season average. Appleby, the teardrop. Was that tipped in by Johnson? The officials say no. Crowd wanted a goaltend. Instead, it's a bucket for Appleby. He has 22. And the lead is 5. Hawaii in need of a basket. And a foul down low will be called against J.L. Lewis. That's his third.
Let's watch this replay now. Was this ball tipped in? Yes, it was. It was offensive interference. The ball was in the cylinder when it was tipped. Watch it. The ball is clearly in the cylinder. Yeah.
The expression says it all.
Well, you know, with this replay system, the human error has gone out of basketball, baseball, and football. I've never seen so many slow-mo calls that the poor officials
they're hung out there.
Didn't make a good call. However, you know, I think there was before about 80 possessions in basketball up and down the court, so they're bound to make some mistakes. Fortunately.
Wow, you say that like a coach that, man, I can remember Coach Salido not going with officials making good calls.
I've never been hard on him.
Yeah. You're still trying to stay on their good side.
Whoa.
As Gaskins gets the bucket for Louisiana Tech, and a timeout is called by Hawaii. La Tech by 6, guys. 55-49, 10:08 left. That's the scenario. What are we looking at here? What do you see developing over the course of this second half?
You know, I hate to say this because I don't want to be wrong or quoted, but I think Hawaii is in good shape, and I think they have a shot at winning the game. I mean, you know, they've done a lot of good things, and I think down the end, last 10 minutes, I don't know if Louisiana Tech is capable because of their ability to be able to keep putting up the points that they've been doing, because this Appleby and the rest of the three-point shooters have been phenomenal. They're bound to cool down, I would imagine.
Well, when I look at it, Coach, I'm thinking teams either start to believe down the stretch or they start having doubt. And because this team has not won yet, I'm not sure they know how to finish a ball game and how to win a ball game. And oftentimes the last couple minutes, it's not so much about anything other than the mental aspects of it. And if they can come through down the stretch and hold on, they may get a shot at it. But Hawaii still is in, we're 2 3-pointers away from tying the ball game.
Absolutely.
And there's still a lot of time.
That's a good point, though. That's a good point. The other point is that, if you're 0-3, who cares if you're 0-4?
Yeah.
So it may not bother them at all.
Yeah. The deal is Hawaii's just got to find a way to find a couple of the key guys on Louisiana Tech and make some stops defensively. Have Appleby miss a shot and grab a rebound, not give them second and third opportunities.
Who is this skinny guy anyway?
He's a player. He reminds me of Phil Handy in his size.
Interesting, yeah.
The long arms. I used to call Handy spaghetti or noodles. Noodles. I think it was noodles.
Yeah, that's right. 2 noodles and a mustache.
Yeah.
Phil Handy. Here's Garrett Jefferson in the lane. That one no good. The tip in by Big B.
Yeah, Big B. Now, Garrett Jefferson's job right now, the last 9:42, is to get into Appleby's pocket and not give him any opportunities.
Johnson can't hit the 3 there. He had previously knocked down 4 of those.
He was challenged on that one.
Thomas working against Johnson. Yes.
I like the strong move by Justin Thomas that time. Went up, took the body contact, kissed it off the glass.
Thomas now with 14. And a foul away from the basketball as
Trevor.
Hitting the deck was Trevor Gaskins. And yeah, it was Trevor Wiseman who sent him there.
A moment ago, Justin goes down, feels a little split there in the defense and just kisses it off the glass. Justin, of course, was asking for an and one, didn't get it.
Well, and who are the 2 leading scorers for Hawaii? They're big men, 14 and 11. You got to go inside. We said that in the beginning, and it's still true right now at the end, as they close the gap to 2 points with 9 minutes and 7 seconds left.
A lot of hoops left.
A lot of time.
Big defensive possession.
La Tech has hit 7 3-pointers. They're 7 of 20. They're averaging 7.8 3-pointers made per game. That's actually second in the WAC and in the top 50 in the nation in Division I basketball.
Wow. I like teams that run. They just run 1 out-of-bounds play, 140. I like that because it doesn't confuse your players too much. You know what I mean? We used to call numbers, and I don't know if they knew what they were doing.
You have a team smart enough, Coach, to have more than 1 out-of-bounds play.
Well,
you need 2 confused them?
Sometimes, we had 5, and I'd hold up fingers, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and I was going, I wonder if they know which one I'm calling, So.
Hey, remember, this is a guy who coached the late, great John Strickland, so you didn't really need to have any plays, right? You just give it to Strickland. Appleby.
See, great defense by Jefferson that time.
Stokes reverses field. That pass deflected away. Wiseman collects it. Thomas posting up against Johnson. Draws the double. Kicks it to Stokes. 1 step inside the arc leaves it way short. But it'll stay with Hawaii.
I'm not sure why Shaq Stokes passed on that 3-point shot. Shoot the ball, Shaquille. That's what you can do.
Mario Sousa comes back into the game.
Watch Jefferson now. Watch his work here. He's playing defense, slides through that pick, challenges his shot, makes it tough on Appleby, and that's why he missed that shot.
That's what Garrett Jefferson brings to the table. That spectacular on-ball defense. Under 15 on the shot clock.
Just be aware, it's not a fresh 35.
Jefferson not really a threat out there. Stokes is, though.
That shows you what Shaquille Stokes has, because he fakes a 3, goes in, misses a shot, and then comes back and knocks down a big-time 3.
First triple of the game for Stokes, and a foul at midcourt will go against Vander Joachim, and that is his 4th, guys. But here's Stokes at the other end now, 1 of 4 from out there. He has 9 points. We mentioned the aloha spirit of these Stan Sheriff Center rims in full effect there. But regardless, that puts Hawaii up 56-55. Joaquin will have to take a seat.
Yeah, he's going to have to sit down to probably about the 4-minute mark. Would you say, Coach, would you say 4 to 5 minute mark, 4 minute mark? Vander with 4 fouls going out?
4 fouls, yeah.
Yep.
4 minutes, yeah. He'll be right back.
They're going to wipe off
the
some
little ball
perspiration.
boys look like they're on strike. I mean, they must be picketing a little bit here.
One of them is Coach's son.
Yeah,
so
they're picketing. They want higher wages.
They may be holding out for
higher slow. We're not moving too quick out here.
Coaches will take the opportunity to talk to the players.
Those are 2 coaches' sons, huh? That's Benji's son.
Yeah.
That's Coach Gibbs' son.
Yeah.
And Appleby, this is a player. Can flush it, can shoot it. Long range, he's a big-time player. Little floater.
Nice.
Good foot back. I mean, he's got a complete ball game. It would be nice to see him. Well, we won't be seeing him that much because we're leaving this conference.
Sousa working against Thomas. Got that one to go. Amario Sousa, a transfer from the College of Southern Idaho.
Coach's former school.
That's right. Gib Arnold, former head coach there. Thomas calling for it. Rises up, mid-ranger. Doesn't get the bounce that time. So La Tech reclaiming the lead thanks to the Sousa jump hook. Closing in on 7.5 to go. Stokes commits the foul about 32 feet away from the rim, picking up his third.
You see what I liked about Johnston right there, he kept calling for the ball. He demanded the ball and he got it in the low post.
La Tech by 1, 7:37 to play. We'll be back. Welcome back to the Stan Sheriff Center. Kanoa Leahy, Tony Solito, Artie Wilson courtside. Louisiana Tech up 1. Still searching for WAC win #1 on the season. In fact, they're riding a 10-game WAC losing streak dating back to last year.
Well, their bench leads the WAC in bench scoring, and they've played 10 men, and Hawaii has played 8. So that's an interesting stat, I think. They have a pretty good bench.
Well, they play a lot of guys, that's for sure. Hawaii trying a little bit of full court pressure itself. Here's Gibson going around the back. Gaskin's muscle move, yes. The southpaw gets it to go.
That's a big-time shot. He nice challenged the Hawaii players.
Transfer from Ole Miss. Gaskins averaging 10 points per game. And now picking up the blocking foul is Sousa. So the two 6'10", 245-pounders, Sousa on one side, Joaquin on Hawaii's side, each with 4 fouls.
It looks like Vander Joaquin at the 7-minute mark is going to come back in the ball game for Hawaii. That's interesting.
Well, you know, a couple things happen when you have 4 fouls. Either you stop playing defense so you don't get 5, or you get 5 immediately and you're out of the game. So it's a little risky thing to bring them in at 7.
This has been a physical ball game.
Well, now they're bringing J.L. Lewis back in the ball game, probably to go right at Vander, because he doesn't. I think he has 3 fouls, so it'd be interesting to see.
Stokes gets 1 of 2. It has been a physical basketball game, especially down low, as Louisiana Tech has decided to test the Hawaii's ability to go up against that kind of physical pressure. Here's Gibson, good up and under move, poked away by Wiseman. Here come the Bows. Thomas on the baseline, working against Gibson. And he walked with it.
Missed opportunities for Hawaii.
Well, you know, Coach was sitting over there and he clapped his hands. He said, good try. And, you know, at this point of the ball game, you don't want to say anything negative to your players. They get a little bit too tense, a little bit upset, so you don't do anything.
McNeil leans in against Joaquin
knowing
with those 4 fouls.
Yeah, knowing he had 4.
And Vander had to bail out on that.
So the lead is 4 for Louisiana Tech. Stokes to Thomas, deep positioning, and he finishes the deal. He has 16.
Well, it's on this end of the floor that Hawaii needs to make a couple plays, and that's the defensive end. They need a good stop and a one-shot opportunity by La Tech.
McNeil rubbing off the screen. Gibson gets by Thomas. Kicks it to Lewis. Yes.
Wow. He passed up a great shot to another guy who had another great shot.
It has been this kind of battle the entire way. No team has taken a demonstrative lead. Hawaii has hung around despite the absence of Maya Ostrowski and Zane Johnson and a blocking foul called against Appleby. No, they'll actually get J.L. Lewis on the foul there, and that's his 4th. So a couple of the Bulldog bigs now playing with 4 fouls. That's Lewis as well as Homario Sousa. So Garrett Jefferson goes to the free throw line.
Big free throws right here for Jefferson.
He shoots 52% on the season coming in. So his make on that first try all the more impressive under the circumstances.
Justin Thomas taken out of the ball game now. Bobby Miles is in for Hawaii. I guess they're giving Justin a minute break so he can finish this thing.
Jefferson can't hit the second one. The lead for the Bulldogs is 3. And Joaquin may have picked up his 5th. Yes, he did. Vander Joachim is foul for the night.
And let's watch Vander now. That's a tough one.
Well, that's what happened. He got his 5th right away. He came in a little early. In 2 minutes, he was gone. So, you know, you got 6 of one and half a dozen the other. You leave him on the bench or you play him and hope he doesn't get his 5th.
He leaves with 11 points, 8 rebounds. Vander Joachim fouling out of the game. And he'll have to watch the final 5:08 from the bench.
And Kano, that's a lot of time. 5:08 that's an awful lot of basketball time.
And the free throw by J.L. Lewis is good. He's a 57% free throw shooter. Biggest lead for La Tech has been 8 when it was 38-30, about a minute and a half left in the first half. They're up 5 now, 5:08 to go, but that's the kind of game it's been. It's been a very tightly contested ball game. And as we mentioned, the Bulldog post players trying to test the fortitude of Hawaii's bigs. Right now, Hawaii without Vander Joachim. That pass goes out of bounds by Shaq Stokes. So you have Hawaii that started the game without Maya Ostrowski because of the staph infection, started the game without top scorer Zane Johnson because of the flu, now playing without Vander Joachim.
Yeah, it's 3 top players.
They're 3 captains.
Yeah.
Who will step up? That is the question.
Well, they've got to do it on the defensive end, I think. More than even offensive end. They've got to make some stops here.
Appleby can't find it there. Tips it up. Rebound Wiseman. Hawaii's going to try to run. But Wiseman wisely slowing it down.
Good move, Kanoa. You're right. Good move.
Miles, deep penetration.
Bobby Miles. With that old school game of just keep going, nobody's going to pick me up, I'm forced to take this shot, I'll get a lay-in.
And the Stan Sheriff Center crowd getting into high volume mode. Appleby working against Jefferson. 10 seconds on the shot clock.
Now they can't bail him out on a defensive play here.
And they do.
And see, that's just what I was saying. You can't bail him out. Justin Thomas, you gotta move. You gotta move your feet a little bit better. Yeah, it's not a big time foul, but you can't bail out a team at that point.
His first 8th team. Louisiana Tech will be shooting free throws when we come back, trying to preserve a 3-point advantage.
And there's Bobby Mills making a nice move to the basket.